morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome to The Good Life with me, Eileen. We are here on The Good Life Friday, and we are here to open your mind. We are here on The Good Life Friday, and we are here to open your mind. And I have a special guest today. Her name is Miss Elizabeth Coffman. And I met Miss Coffman, and she opened my mind to living differently in the world. And we connected on such a level that we ended up having about an hour conversation on the phone. And I was like, you have to be a guest on my show. You know, The Good Life Friday is about, interviewing someone who goes above and beyond, who is inspired, who maybe the Lord has touched and, is stepping out, how one person can make a difference in their actions and their deeds every day. During this Lenten season, we've been talking about, random acts of kindness. Well, this is her life's work, and this is what the Lord has, created her to do and has brought her to this. And she has a wonderful testimony for us. She has an organization that speaks to veterans, Veterans Fellowship. It's a peer support get-together group that honors all veterans. They have one coming up on February 27th, at Saturday at 11 a.m. and on March 12th at Saturday at 11 a.m. And we're going to get into those as well. They're going to be located at the Ramada Inn, the 2713 North Causeway in Metairie at Severn I-10 Service Road. That's the Ramada Inn, 2713 North Causeway, Metairie. That's February 27th and March 12th. Saturday at 11 a.m. for both times, and it's for veterans to get together. It's a peer group and to really, reach back to those who have served us and who have done so much for our country. So I really want to introduce you to Liz and everything, because she told me not to call her Miss Liz. This is Liz, and, how she was inspired and, how the Lord has spoken to her and how her life has taken a turn and how she has gotten on this path. So, Liz, thank you so much for being here. I am so excited to be having this conversation with you. This is her first time on the radio, so welcome to The Good Life, and thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Liz, I kind of want to really focus on the veterans at first, and we'll probably talk about it again just so we can make sure that everybody really gets a gist of this. The Veterans Fellowship, how did you get involved with this? How did it start? How were you inspired?
Well, I didn't know for a long time that so many veterans were committing suicide every day. 22 veterans every day commit suicide. And that just got so heavy on my heart because I have a very sad history of being suicidal for 9 years and having the Lord step in and save me and then give me gifts like this. I thought, He wants me to do something for the veterans. I said, okay. So I just let Him be my guide, and it came around to be a Veterans Fellowship. And I'm doing it strictly on my own as a service project to veterans, to honor them and to save them from taking their lives. And I hope my story will show them that you could be as far down the drain as you could possibly get, but the Lord will pull you up, shake you off, dust you off, and give you a life you never knew could be so beautiful for you. And, of course, it affects all your family and everybody. So this is me doing this. The Lord told me use your funds. Don't use any kind of state or national funds, because the Lord is going to be the main player in this Veterans Fellowship. And so we don't want to have no problems with church and state. Mm-hmm. So He said, then if it all comes through you, then I control it, because right. I control you, Liz.
Right.
You know that. And I said, yes, Lord. Thank you, Lord. And I just want Him to just to have all the credit for anything that I do. The only credit I get is just a little crumb that I said, yes, Lord. Use me to do this. Let me know exactly what you want me to do. So all that you will see unfolding before you, this Veterans Fellowship, based on God being the healer of these veterans. So they will stop ending their lives after all that they gave us. That's just a tear-jerking thing for me, and it jerks my heart. So here I'm on my way with doing this, and the Lord led me to say everybody is a flower. And what happens, I know, from when suicide comes into you, it wilts your flower. And man don't quite know how to put that flower back. It wilts your spirit, it wilts your soul, it wilts your heart. But if you will call on the Lord to come in and you would do things His way, He'll make your flower bloom back. And you'll have your spirit and your heart and your soul, and He will use you to help other veterans. So this is what we're making a network out, fingers working out all over as many veterans as we can get to come and let the Lord do His healing. Now, all what man does, I know a lot of veterans have that, all of that is good and worthy and godly. And we don't want to interfere with anybody's professional help that they are getting. The professional help is good. Sometimes it needs a little God touch in it.
Exactly.
It needs a little God touch in it because of it wilting the flower and it going out to the soul and the spirit.
So if one of the veterans is listening today, or if someone knows a veteran, and they come to one of your events, February 27th and March 12th, that's Saturday at 11 a.m. at the Ramada, 2713 North Causeway. If they come to the event, what can they expect?
Well, I'm not exactly sure everything because I'm being led, you see. But they will come in to a meeting room at the Ramada Inn, which is a lovely, lovely hotel. And I thank them for renting us the space to do this. They will find a group of people like them. Maybe they just know somebody who have suicide problems. Maybe they have suicide problems. So we welcome them to come in. It's an uplifting and a healing. And it's a group, the Lord says, it's going to be all turned over to them. This is set up for them. They're going to raise each other up like a seesaw
and
going up.
And that's so important to know when you're going through things like this, that you're not alone. That someone else, is going through the same thing. And I think that's the biggest thing. You're like, you don't know. But when you feel alone and you realize that there's someone else that is walking in your shoes, I think that is the biggest comfort ever. So just to go there and to know that there's one person that understands.
Right. Well, this gonna be a whole pot of people.
Exactly.
A whole pot of people, and they're gonna lift each other up. And I'm gonna give my testimony to them and show them a picture of the police scraping me off the Huey P. Long Bridge in 1982.
Let's get into that because you came in and you showed me your article. There's an article in the Times-Picayune from Wednesday, June 30th, 1982. The caption reads, "Woman threatens leap off Huey Long Bridge." Can you give us a little bit of your background and your testimony?
Yeah. There were problems in the marriage. I had a 9-year-old son. I became very depressed. I have a family history of depression and some suicides in it, so I was already high risk. But on a particular day, I decided I'm not going to have this hurt anymore. I'm going to go to the Huey P. Long Bridge and I'm going to jump off. I dropped my son off to go to daycare in front of a church, and I drove to the bridge, got right out, climbed right over, and just as I was getting ready to let go and jump, a plainclothes policeman come running up and interrupted me.
Well, number one, we know that was God because
if
you read the story, the police officer, plainclothes, was driving right behind you.
Yeah, and I thought I had made several circles around. I said, I want to be sure nobody behind me going to stop me because I'm doing this. He was right there. Anyway, I went under I climbed under there to get away from him. And I stayed under there screaming and hollering for 2.5 hours. And I have a picture here in the paper of them pulling me up, rescuing me off of there. And then, of course, after I opened that gate in my life, that's a very hard gate to close once you cross that taboo. Man have a taboo, don't kill yourself, don't kill nobody else. Well, I went on and opened that door for myself, and for the next 9 years, I was actively suicidal, doing everything I could think of to do to kill myself. And finally, one day I happened to, it was a mistake, but I got a hold of a bottle of 90 benzos, and I took 60 of them, and I thought that would do it. But as the Lord has his plan, I woke up on the ward at East Jefferson Psych Unit, and I kept saying, I'm not supposed to be here. I'm not supposed to be here. Well, they sent me over to East Louisiana State Hospital in Mandeville. And when finally they would let me have a little bit time to myself, I got off, and I had a bone to pick with God, y'all. This was terrible. I got off, and I raised my fists and started yelling at God and cursing him, every curse word, every vulgar, obscene word. And I screamed at him, "You're not going to let me go, are you?" And this big no boomed around me. Now, everything I'd been doing to try to kill myself, that never scared me. But that big no, that really, I peed my pants, I'm telling you. So I said, okay, God, I'll do this your way. And at that point, I knew that because I had agreed with him to keep myself alive, I could feel that suicide come out of me. And he healed me, and he gave me a life like I never dreamed that I would have. He gave me work for the next 15 years till I could get to retirement. He gave me a house to live, a car, money to pay all my bills, and learn to take care of myself again. And then the best gifts he gave me was prison ministry, 1998 until this present time. And I tell you what, I never thought I'd love going into prisons, but that I would give away everything I have before I'd give that away. Because when you do the Lord's job and do his work, he gives you the tools and he gives you the protection, and you will have a peace and joy and contentment that is not of this world. Now, I don't take drugs. I never did take drugs as a regular thing. I just took them to try to kill myself. But I would imagine that something like that is. I don't know. Right. That's probably not good to compare that on the air.
What was it like when you surrendered to God? What was it like?
It was a peace came over me. It was a knowing beyond the shadow of a doubt that I was not going to do this to myself anymore. Because I had given it to God, and he had the power to train me to keep myself safe. That's one of the most important things a person has, is their wholeness inside, to keep themselves safe. And I knew that I would have that, and it was I did not know words to describe it. What it was, a kind of an uplifting and a joy and a contentment and a peace. I say, it's not of this world.
Right.
It's not of this world.
Right.
So that's to tell you how the Lord could take somebody that was so far down in a pit that they dug for themselves, pull them up, and set them up on a rock. So my message is to veterans that are trying to hurt themselves, kill themselves, wait till you hear the message.
Right.
Call on God. Give it to him. Wait on God. He will heal you. He will make you whole. So you got to put that plan on put that plan on hold. Don't do anything to yourself. And we want you to come, all of you veterans, together. You will lift each other up, and the Lord will give you a peace. You'll be able to go to sleep without being scared. You will be able to eat. You will be able to take care of your family.
To live again.
Everything. He would just give you a life beyond what you could imagine, and a peace and a joy that I say is not of this world. It's just not of this world. Like I say, prison minister gave me that. I would give away my last penny before I'd give away that prison ministry.
You know what? We're going to take a quick break. When we get back, we're going to get into that prison ministry. We are here with Miss Liz Coffman. We are, she is has devoted her life to the Veterans Fellowship and really, making sure that veterans have the dignity that they deserve, and when they are stepping out, helping them turn their lives around. This is The Good Life, y'all. We're having testimony today. Make sure you stay tuned.
If the first woman God ever made was strong enough to turn the world upside down all alone, then women together ought to be able to turn it back and get it right side up again. Join me, Timberland Sam Sumter, Fridays at 1 p.m. on Pumps, Pearls, and Politics, where we will dive into topics that highlight the triumphs and challenges surrounding the complex lives of women, providing a cultural understanding of the past, present, and shaping future policies while encouraging and supporting women in the shoes they choose to walk in. That's Pumps, Pearls, and Politics, Friday at 1 p.m. on WBOK, 12:30 a.m., where we have real talk for real times.
L&R Security provides the good life. They make their mark in the security arena by providing excellent security services for more than 35 years and are licensed in more than 13 states. L&R Security's team comes with a wealth of experience from the military, law enforcement, and law enforcement training. Their personnel is comprised of more than 200 employees trained in video monitoring, special event services, convention services, armed and unarmed security guards, ticket takers, executive security, personal bodyguards, hall monitors, and critical infrastructure personnel that are TSA trained. L&R Security services are provided on a 24-hour basis and have expanded to the newest technology, including video monitoring. Find them on the web at www.lrsecurity.com or call them today at 504-943-3191. Again, that number is 504-943-3191. Live the good life with L&R Security today. Carter Business Development delivers. For businesses to compete, they must have access. Let CBD be your bridge for business development services, radio advertising, social media marketing, brand ambassador, outreach, and access. Contact Carter Business Development at 504-400-7127 or email Eileen at tglradioshow.com. Carter Business Development creates unfolding opportunities. CBD connects the dots from where you are to where you want to be. Join the good life now with Carter Business Development, 504-400-7127, 504-400-7127. As quoted, a man who stops advertising to save money is like a man who stops a clock to save time. Let CBD save you time and give you access. Call 504-400-7127, 504-400-7127. Take the steps required for access so you can live the good life too with Carter Business Development. That's 504-400-7127.
Are you looking for a better way to get fit? Bored with the same old routines? Looking for results or a way to instill discipline in the kids? Tiger Rock Martial Arts is the answer with Taekwondo, kickboxing, and self-defense classes. Tiger Rock diversifies your training in ways that allows individuals of all ages and fitness levels to feel like a champion. Join Tiger Rock today. TigerRockNola.com or 504-455-9694. That's 504-455-9694 with a 3-class starter pack starting for only $38, which includes your training uniform. Learn, grow, and succeed with Tiger Rock's 3 convenient locations: Old Metairie, West Bank, and Clearview. There's no better time to start gaining strength, skills, and protection for life than now. 504-455-9694. 504-455-9694. See you on the mat.
Do you still smoke? Does your doctor say you should quit? You know you should, but you just can't. You may have tried before and think it's too hard or too expensive, and you're not alone. At Auctioner, we can help. We're offering a free comprehensive program, a risk-free way to stop smoking. If you're a Louisiana resident who has been smoking since before September 1st, 1988, you're eligible for free over-the-counter and prescription medications, plus free office visits with a certified smoking cessation counselor and group counseling sessions. And you don't even have to stop smoking before you come in. At your first visit, we'll discuss your options and best treatment plan. To sign up and learn more about the Auctioner Smoking Cessation Clinic or find a convenient location, go to auctioner.org/quit.
As a business owner, do you ever wonder how you can gain better exposure to potential clients, not only locally but around the world? The internet has changed the game for everybody, and whether you're a small mom and pop shop, a medium-sized business, or nonprofit, it's important that you have a web presence online. We at Peak Mountain Technology Solutions understand that growing your business means more to you than most people realize. That's why we've taken it upon ourselves to offer the very best in website design. We're talking custom-built websites that are professionally designed with your business in mind. Websites that are designed to help attract customers to your business. So if you're ready to take your business to the next level, give Peak Mountain Technology Solutions a call today to see how we can help. In addition to website design, we offer a full range of information technology support. So give us a call today at 504-355-8400. Again, that's 504-355-8400.
WBOK, real talk for real times.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome back to The Good Life with me, Eileen. We are here on The Good Life Friday, and we're here to open your mind.
Good life. In a different land.
We are here on The Good Life Friday with Miss Elizabeth Coffman. She is here because she has totally turned her life around, and that's what The Good Life Friday is all about. I like to speak to persons who, who don't just talk the talk, they walk the walk. She has been inspired by the Lord. She has totally changed her life around, and she has been inspired to create a fellowship. It is called the Veterans Fellowship. It is a peer support group. Her actual first event is going to be February 27th, Saturday at 11 a.m. Y'all, it is the first event. The second event will be March 12th, Saturday at 11 a.m. as well. So it'll be February 27th and March 12th. It will be located at the Ramada Inn, 2713 North Causeway in Metairie. I will have it on all of the Good Life social media platforms, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. So make sure you follow me there, The Good Life Radio Show, at TGL Radio Show, to get this information, because it is so important. We have, veterans who are literally going out on a limb, who come back from serving their country, and, they're dealing with, I want to say, the demons of war. And, they really need our help. They're dealing with psychiatric wards and things like that. But you know what? Sometimes it takes, just like Miss Liz said, it takes the Lord's help as well to break those shackles and to break those chains. So thank you for everything that you do. Just to give you all a little background, Miss, and you told me not to call you Miss, so I'm sorry. Mm-hmm. Liz, she's like, I am not old.
Only 72.
Only 72. Liz has broken those chains with the Lord's help, and she gave us a little bit of her story before, and the Lord brought you into prison ministry. Can you give us a little bit of how you walked into that lifestyle?
Okay, I was attending a black church uptown that is very active in the prison ministry, Gethsemane Temple. And the pastor there had actually started a lot of things in the prison ministry.
Mm-hmm.
So there was a lot of talk in the church about it. And the Lord just started poking me in the ribs and saying, you do this, you do this. And I hesitated for too long, I guess about 2 years. And finally I said, I got to get rid of this poking in the ribs. I'm going to go ahead and do this. So I signed up and got approved, and I got paired with a wonderful woman who trained me. We started at the House of Detention, which I don't know if it's being used anymore right now, but the House of Detention. And we would go every Saturday, and she trained me how to present myself and what to say and how to make contact and build a bond with some of these young ladies. We always went on the ladies' wards. And so I started that, and to my amazement, I shouldn't have been surprised because this was God leading me. It became the most important thing in my life. I mean, well, after my son. I have one child. So after him, it became the most important thing in my life. And I felt so uplifted and honored that the Lord would allow me to go in. It's a very simple thing. You go in, you're bringing the Word. Sometimes there's a regular Bible study on a unit, but you're bringing the Word and you're encouraging people. And then it spread out to go to Angola, Dixon, Hunt, and that was even more uplifting, particularly Angola. Those gentlemen are in there for life. All of them are. And to be able to let the Lord have us go in there and participate in their church service, get up and talk to them, tell them my testimony to give them hope, and just encourage them that even though their body is locked up for life in there, their soul is free. And if they connect it with the Lord, He takes it many, many places. So they can have an effect on people in their hometown that they write to. They can have an effect on other inmates by their behavior and by encouraging each other. And it was just an unbelievable experience for me that I could be so excited about going into Angola and talking to people doing life sentences. But you see, when the Lord gives you something to do, and you do it, you hit the jackpot. You really do. You really do. So I'm still doing prison ministry. And then I think people who are interested can call, maybe call the prison itself, because there's someone in charge over the prison ministry, and they can get information if they're interested in going in, having a Bible study, whatever they would, like to do. The ministry department needs people to do clerical things for them, to sort letters, maybe to write letters back to people. So there's a lot of different things in prison ministry. But I never dreamed that it would become the most important thing in my life after my son. Mm-hmm. And then this veterans thing, I don't know quite how it got started. Of course, it was the Lord, but He put it on my heart, and now it's become the second most important thing in my life. Or maybe it's even with the prison ministry. And he told me, he says, you have a witness to give that will turn somebody around. I want you to use that. I want you to use the newspaper article. I want you to use the picture of you hanging off the side of the bridge.
And y'all, literally, when you see this picture, she really is. And the thing is, I think, an outsider looking in, sometimes we get so trapped in our own box, that we look at people who have, a mental history, and we look at them as someone, having issues or, being so far out of there. I'm just reading here, 1 in 5 American adults experiences a mental health issue. 1 in 10 young people experience a period of major depression. 1 in 25 Americans live with a serious mental illness such as schizophrenia, bipolar disorder, or major depression. And, we keep these in shadows, and we're ashamed of these things. And with our veterans coming home, so many of them have outward scars, but so many of them have inward scars. And, we need to have these conversations and open up people's mind to living differently in the world, because it's not okay for us to be treating each other like that. We should open our arms and open our minds and love one another.
Amen.
Oh,
Amen.
Thank you. And that's exactly what you do. And that's why I wanted to have Liz here, because she's opening our minds to living differently in the world as to what we can do, of what the Lord has inspired her to do. And listen to her testimony. We've all had a low point in our lives. But if she can inspire someone from where she's been to where she is now, it's an amazing story, and I'm so blessed that you are here and that you do reach out to these veterans. We actually have a call. We have Carl on line 2. Carl, welcome to The Good Life. How are you? We're on the line with Eileen, and we have Liz Coffman in the studio.
How you doing, Eileen? How you doing, Liz? Yeah, I'm a clinical social worker, and too, that work with the Veterans VA and for the Franklin Avenue Baptist Church Prison Ministry, and I know that prison ministry is a joy to work with and uplift men. And I'm also a part of Jerusalem Economic Development at First Pilgrim, where we house veterans. We're a 501c3. So I'm quite familiar with some of the work you've been doing, but I'm glad you found the Lord, and you are doing a great ministry and a great work.
Thank you so much, Carl. Would you mind staying on hold so Lee can get your information and maybe we can connect you and Liz together?
Sure, great.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. I'm going to put you on hold. How amazing is that?
Yes, isn't that something? When the Lord starts a network, you better get out of the way, because he's coming, and you are not going to stop him. But to see with the veterans is such a shameful thing to want to take your life. And think about it, they went over there to save lives, and they probably actually had to kill some people to stay alive or this or that. That's a horrible thing to be put inside of a person. So it causes suicide is an illness of the spirit and the soul and the heart. Like I say, it's a wilting flower. Now, we all have dried flowers, and they're beautiful, but they ain't alive. They dead. So we need to stop that process, because these people have given us so much. These veterans, these honorable veterans, have given us so much, and we do all that we can to bring them around to that perfect healing of the Lord, which will take that suicide out of them. Now, when they come into the meeting, okay, I'm going to be there probably in a bright orange dress, and they're going to see all kinds of stuff around. Might look like a garage sale, but it's all new items. And the Lord had me buy all these things, and he said it's going to be like an Native American giveaway. All this is giveaway. You're going to have flags. You're going to have patriotic music playing. You're going to have fellowship. You're going to have coffee, free coffee and water in there. And sometime during the meeting, we're going to stop, and we're going to go walk through the lobby and go into IHOP. And the Lord, through me, is going to feed you IHOP pancakes or whatever you want. And that is for him to show you he feeds your physical body, he will feed your spiritual body, and he will heal that wound of the heart and the soul and the spirit that you have, to don't give up. So you're going to see all of that come together. And this is going to continue on. We starting off, so we're going to look to you veterans to tell us what you need and to shape this up according to what you need. because I don't have any set of rules or things to, set up, just flags and food and music and stuff to give away, and just an uplifting of the veterans to keep them alive, y'all, now.
Exactly.
Come on.
We're going to take a quick break, and when we get back, we're going to discuss exactly what that giveaway means and exactly, how she got started with her mission. Look, she's smiling here. This is Eileen. This is The Good Life. This is Good Life Friday. I am here with Liz Coffman, and we are discussing a Veterans Fellowship and taking care of our veterans. We'll be right back, y'all.
This is Chris Sylvain. Join us each Friday at 10:30 to 11 a.m. for Wellness Issues, where our focus is improving the wellness of our community. And in this environment of mass incarceration, justice comes first. Join us again at 10:30 each Friday morning for Wellness Issues, where we're sponsored by Best Life Pharmacy and Restaurant. We're here at WBOK, Real Talk for Real Times.
Gentili Italian Pies, home to the $5 Family Happy Hour. Specials on pizza, wings, and drinks, Tuesday through Thursday, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. Gentili Italian Pie does fresh for the entire family. Salads, pizza, pasta, wings, and oven-baked sandwiches. Gentili Italian Pie offers lunch and dinner in a new, modern atmosphere surrounded by big screen TVs. Dine in or carry out by calling 504-826-9180. That's 504-826-9180. Relax. Have a drink from the fully stocked bar or beer on tap while your order is made from the freshest ingredients. Gentili Italian Pie, 4706 Paris Avenue, is home where everybody knows your name. So bring the family to Paris and Marabou for the $5 Family Happy Hour, Tuesday through Thursday, 3 p.m. to 7 p.m. That's Gentili Italian Pie. Dine in or carry out. 504-826-9180. That's 504-826-9180. You gotta try the pie. That's the original Italian pie, located at Paris and Marabou in Gentili.
L&R Security provides the good life. They make their mark in the security arena by providing excellent security services for more than 35 years and are licensed in more than 13 states. L&R Security's team comes with a wealth of experience from the military, law enforcement, and law enforcement training. Their personnel is comprised of more than 200 employees trained in video monitoring, special event services, convention services, armed and unarmed security guards, ticket takers, executive security, personal bodyguards, hall monitors, and critical infrastructure personnel that are TSA trained. L&R Security services are provided on a 24-hour basis and have expanded to the newest technology, including video monitoring. Find them on the web at www.lrsecurity.com or call them today at 504-943-3191. Again, that number is 504-943-3191. Live the good life with L&R Security today.
As a business owner, do you ever wonder how you can gain better exposure to potential clients, not only locally but around the world? The internet has changed the game for everybody, and whether you're a small mom and pop shop, a medium-sized business, or nonprofit, it's important that you have a web presence online. We at Peak Mountain Technology Solutions understand that growing your business means more to you than most people realize. That's why we've taken it upon ourselves to offer the very best in website design. We're talking custom-built websites that are professionally designed with your business in mind. Websites that are designed to help attract customers to your business. So if you're ready to take your business to the next level, give Peak Mountain Technology Solutions a call today to see how we can help. In addition to website design, we offer a full range of information technology support. So give us a call today at 504-355-8400. Again, that's 504-355-8400.
Do you know anyone with less than perfect credit? At KB Enterprises, they specialize in restoring your score. Learn how to increase your credit score with 100% satisfaction guarantee. A+ rating with the BBB, 10-year track record of removing negative items including repossessions, foreclosures, bankruptcies, tax liens, student loans, and more. Kenneth Barnes and his team at KB Enterprises are excited about helping you restore your credit and achieving your financial goals. Whether it's acquiring a home, or purchasing a car. Don't miss this opportunity to change your life forever. For more info, give them a call at 504-577-4139. Log on to www.kennethbarnes.org and be sure to tune in to The Good Life on Money Mondays and get your financial tips for the week from Kenneth Barnes so you can live the good life too.
Back on the air, let's go to the phones. Caller, let me help you.
Hi, so I've been trying to get my landlord to fix my washing machine for weeks, but he keeps avoiding me. What do I do?
Excellent question. Well, have you been to AT&T?
Why? Is my landlord there?
No, but when you have AT&T Wireless and DirecTV, you can get unlimited data.
Sounds great. But how will that fix my washer?
Well, it won't. But now that AT&T and DirecTV have joined forces, you can enjoy your favorite DirecTV shows on your phone while you're counting quarters at the local laundromat.
Sweet.
Sweet indeed. AT&T, mobilizing your world.
Come into AT&T now and get the Samsung Galaxy S6.
Must have eligible TV service. If you're not eligible, AT&T will move you to a new plan and overage charges may apply. After 22 gigabytes of data usage, AT&T may reduce speeds. TV content varies by device, location, and package. Monthly and other charges, usage, and other restrictions apply. See store for plan details.
WBOK, real talk for real times.
Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome back to The Good Life with me, Eileen. We are here on The Good Life Friday, and we're going to open your mind. Good morning, y'all, and welcome back to The Good Life. We are here on The Good Life Friday, and y'all know on Friday I like to literally open your mind to living differently in the world. I like to, speak to all types of people from every walks of life, people who are doing something, people who reach back. It shows how one person can make a difference. Today we are talking to Liz Coffman. She is a woman who is literally making a difference for so many people. She has, literally changed her life with the Lord's help. She, was literally hanging off the Huey P. Long Bridge and has given her testimony this morning. And she now has a group that helps veterans. She has a peer support group, and their first event is going to be February 27th, Saturday, 11 a.m., Ramada Inn, 2713 North Causeway, Metairie. That's February 27th, Saturday at 11 a.m. I'll be giving the information on a regular basis. Also on March 12th will be the second event. So she's going to be doing it February 27th, March 12th. If you missed the first one, free coffee, food. She's going to be giving away flags, prizes, and different items. And it's very interesting because when I was talking to her and discussing how she got into giving away items to the veterans, she said it comes from the Native American culture of the giveaway. And I said, what is a giveaway? So you know what? Number one, I went to read up a little bit. So I'm going to give you a little piece on what a Native American giveaway is. They say once something is given away, all things to that gift are broken. The gift is given with no expectations. Native people believe that what is given always comes back to the giver in one way or another, or in another form of good. Native people also believe that bad results in bad returning to the doer. They believe that one of the greatest gifts is when you give your time to others in whatever form it's given. Although it's now the season for giving, it's good and healthy to be generous and in spirit throughout the year. It's always the giver who receives the greatest blessing. And so that is a little bit of the history of the Native American giveaway. So how did you get to know exactly what the giveaway was? How did that happen?
I visited friends in South Dakota, and my girlfriend was married to a man who taught at Oglala Lakota College there. So he was very much involved in the Native American culture. And we went to a couple of giveaways that were being held, and it was the most magnificent celebration. The natives were in their highest degree of feathers and you name it. There were special dances that they did. They cooked their cultural foods and shared them with everybody. I was given a towel and a couple of washcloths, so I guess that means I need to bathe regular. But all sorts of things were given away in love, and this was celebrating anything that they want to celebrate. And it's called a giveaway. And it confuses people here because they usually think you want them to pay you something for it. But it's just exactly the opposite. It's a giveaway. I have many, many flags, different sizes. I have Star Wars stuff. There'll be drawings for several large items. The first meeting is going to be a drawing for a new microwave oven. And there'll be other things. Probably won't be a microwave every time, but it'll be something nice. And I buy a lot of Vera Bradley products. They will be there to be given away, strictly given away. And just all kinds of things and stuff that people can use and people would like to have. So that's my experience with the giveaway, and I thought it was nice that this giveaway, this would be all coming from the Lord, because the Lord gave me this, and He told me that I was to fund it. It's a private endeavor. I accept no donations. I do not ask for any donations. So that way the Lord knows that He goes through me and controls everything. So no one can come and say this is governmental. You can't do this. You can't do that. It's all strictly private, coming down from the Lord through me. And I am indeed honored that He would bring me to this position and use my testimony to help others. So that's a little history of how things got started. So when the person comes in to the fellowship meeting, they're going to see all this stuff all over the place. And anyway, it's all to be given away. No money will be asked for. Everything that is of a monetary value in this program comes from me, from funds that the Lord has given me, because as we all know, we don't own anything that we have in our control. It all belongs to the Lord. So He's just using His pocket money through me to do this, and I am extremely humbled and thankful for Him for doing this. And as this program unfolds, I know there are going to be more and more veterans to come in and see how they can be healed and how they can be uplifted. And this will be a gift that they give to their families, their neighborhoods, their children, schools, everything. Because a life is so valuable, and we know that it comes from God. God made all of us. And He's always there for us. He's always on the line waiting to talk to us. And I like this little song that says, take the Lord along with you wherever you go. If you do that, you're safe, you're on good ground, and good things will come to you. But we want these veterans to come in, and we want these veterans to be given the hope that the Lord has to give them. Because somebody that's trying to suicide, the problem is their hope all went away. Now, different things cause that, and man does everything he can to correct that in us. And we want to add God's loving touch to the recipe, because that will restore the hope and restore the spirit and the heart of the person so that they will be a joyful liver of life for the Lord. You know, he's just recruiting people for his cause. Exactly. Is what he's doing. He wants you to stay here.
So if anyone out there is listening who knows of a veteran or who knows, and a lot of times they are, you know, living this in silence. And they don't always like to speak up because, you know, you're a veteran. You were in the military. You have honor. Exactly. You're supposed to be strong. But sometimes internally, we don't feel that strength. And so a lot of times we're suffering in silence. And so we want to help those who may be suffering in silence be able to speak to people in a comfortable environment. And so we want to make sure that you invite any veteran that you know, February 27th, 11 a.m. at the Ramada Inn, 2713 North Causeway in Metairie. It's going to be a Veterans Fellowship.
Other people are invited too. Anybody that's interested in helping veterans.
Yes.
Please come. And we want you there.
Like Carl who called in. Thank you so much, Carl. We're gonna link him up with Liz.
The more the merrier that comes in, and when they see this well of support that's there for them. I have a veteran who's a friend, and 4 of his veteran friends committed suicide. I mean, it's just unbelievable. It's something that in God's hand, man needs that God touch. He needs that God touch to help heal him. And God will do it. He did it for me. I'll show you the picture of me being dragged up off the bridge on a Huey P. Long. And I'll tell you all about all the things I did and how God healed me and set me up and gave me a life. Before I even had this problem, I never thought I'd have a life this joyful and just joy and peace. He will give it to you. He's waiting on the other end of your telephone line to talk to you and give it to you. All you have to do is say, all I did was say, okay, God, I'll do this your way. And he just went to work and made a beautiful person out of me. And I thank him every night and every day and many times during the day for what he did for me. And the message is to each and every veteran that have that little dark thing in their heart about harming themselves, know that the Lord wants that to take it out of you. And when you go to him, he will reach in there and take that out of you. Because you were not always like that. You used to have spirit and hope and love in you. And you were a flower. You were a living, breathing flower of the Lord. You were not always like that, and you will not always be like that. And the Lord is the answer.
Absolutely. So make sure the Veterans Fellowship is February 27th, Saturday, 11 a.m. The first one is February 27th. The second one will be March 12th, both at Saturday, 11 a.m. at the Ramada Inn, 2713 North Causeway. I wasn't going to give your number, but I think we should give your number if there's an organization that wants to help with the veterans and things like that. Yes? No?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
If there's an organization like Carl wanted to put you in touch with the prison ministry and the Veterans Help, if there's, someone like that, she's not accepting donations. She does it, for herself. If there's an organization that wants to partner with her and so that you can grow in that type, please give her a call at 504-214-2460. That's 504-214-2460. I will leave her cards and her information here at WBOK so you can call anytime and get that information as well. We'll have information, on the Veterans Fellowship downstairs in the lobby. We'll have them, here in the booth. We'll have them with Lee. We'll have them all over. So if you need any type of information or wants to contact Liz Coffman, make sure you call us here. We will get you in touch with them. And if you know a veteran who needs immediate help, there is a local crisis number. Of course, call 911, an emergency room, a minister, police, fire station, if it is, absolutely immediate. But if they need help, please, this crisis number is 504-832-5123. That is 504-832-5123. 5123, and that is a local crisis line for veterans who need help. It is so important, y'all. These men and women have done so much for us and our community. It's time that we give back. We open our minds to living differently in the world. I want to thank Liz Coffman for being here. It is amazing what we can do, what one person can do, and she's literally doing it with her own funds, what one person can do. And if she can do this, imagine what we can all do if we all open our minds to living differently in the world, reach out with love, compassion, tolerance, and understanding, because that's what the good life is all about. So thank you, Miss Liz, for being here.
Okay, can I make one last,
yes, please, go ahead.
One last plea.
Please do.
To the veteran or anyone that is thinking about ending their life. You have blinders on. Your vision has become a tunnel. You cannot see what's going on. You only move toward getting out of your pain. Remember what you had in your life before, and your life will go back to that. The Lord will bring you back to the wonderful life you had before. This is temporary. This is temporary. I know it's hard for you to believe because it feels like the pain has been going on for about 8 centuries and you can't get away from it. But it's temporary. And if you do something to snuff out your light, that's going to be the end of it. And we want you. We need you. We love you. We lift you up. We will do anything to preserve your life. Preserve your life. It is so important to preserve your life. So don't act on negative ideas. Call somebody. Talk to somebody. This is temporary. Temporary. There's a whole nother season to the ball game.
You have a whole life to live, and that's the good life. Thank you, Miss Liz, for being here today.